Hey guys, Jonathan here, and today we're at Excelr8 Motorsport to kit out their toolboxes. They got 4 of these beasties. They need them all decked out in foam, ready for the start of the British Touring Car Championship season. They got loads of tools. Hopefully we can have a look at them and see what it takes to maintain these machines. They all look amazing, but they're going to be all getting stripped down and they're going to be setting these all up for the racing season, which starts very, very soon. We've got 2 days here. The challenge is, how many foam inserts can I cut in that 2 days? It's going to be non-stop. There's loads to do. We've got a mountain of foam, a mountain of Draper tools, and a lot of foam to cut, so let's get to it. Right, so it's 10:30, we've got the first draw all planned out, and I think that's probably the most complicated bit. There was a lot of discussion to make sure this one is really dialed in. It's got all the stuff they need when they first get to the track. They're setting up the cars. Let's get going.
So this is going to be the setup tool chest. So we decided to make this top drawer basically every tool that the guys will need to do their setup on their car when it's on the flat patch, which is basically it goes on there after every single session, and that's where we set the car up for camber, toes, all the geometry that goes on the car. We've got scale pads, so that gives us the corner weights for the cars. We've got camber gauges, camber shims, pens, tape measure, some strings there for doing the toes on the car, and then we've got some just other bits of safety gear here. So we've got the big wheel guns and some spare sockets, so just in case. We've got a ride height bar, then we've got rack stops here that we use to hold the steering wheel straight when we're stringing the car. Otherwise, sometimes it can be off to the left, sometimes it can be off to the right. And then just a tray here for nuts, bolts. And then in this drawer, these are what we call run-up hubs. They go onto the car when we're running the car without wheels on. We've got some spare wheel nuts, spare wheel pins. We always need spare wheel pins. Some grease for the wheels. We've got a chock there for when the car's in the pit lane and we don't want it to roll away. It's called the MSD, and it basically turns on and off the hybrid system. The hybrid system in the car won't work without this. So we keep this in here for safekeeping, and then just a socket there to empty our air bottles. Here you go, John.
So I've done that one, that's my layout sorted. They're happy with that, so I've cut that exact same layout 4 times. 1 down, 3 to go. Let's get cracking. So there we go, I've cut them all in. We've done 4 liners just like this. So it's 2 30mm layers that I've cut all the way through. We've glued the 2 layers together, and for that I've just used our spray glue. The key with this spray glue is to let it go tacky. Don't rush, just spray both sides, let it go tacky, and then these glue together. Final tip, this is our hot foam finisher, and this thing is basically a mini heat gun. It doesn't get quite as hot as a normal heat gun, which is what you want. You don't want it to melt through the foam, and it's got this protected plastic tip. So usually with a heat gun, it's got metal tip on the end, and if that touched the foam, it'd get all gummed up. It's not great. So with this, you've got a plastic tip there, stopping that metal from ever contacting the foam. And what I usually do is just use my hand to just help control, rather than lifting it away and going over the top of the foam. I'll take it away from the foam onto my hand. Make sure you've got a glove on, obviously. And basically, I'm just going around the foam, and it just melts any little wispy bits of blue foam. It also helps give a bit of a glossy finish to the foam, hence the name, the hot foam finisher. I've already done this on the other 3 liners. I'll just hot foam finish this one, and then it's on to some hand tools, finally. Right, so I've cut a few of the hand tool drawers now. I think I've done the plier drawer, I've done the pry bars drawer, I've done the hacksaw and the files drawer, just working on the screwdrivers. But every single one of these drawers I've got to do 4 times. So I'm gonna need some help, and Dave and Connor from the team have volunteered. Hopefully they can help me out and cut a few of the liners. Let's go and see how they're getting on.
Yeah, all good so far. Managed to get through 3. Doesn't take long. Once you're up and running and the layout's done, it actually doesn't take too much time to get the panels fitted. Just make sure your blade's sharp. Keep changing it, keep changing it, keep changing it. That's why so many come in the pack that you get with it. I'm doing the same one over and over again at the moment, so we've got 4 to do. Not so easy when you've got 4,000 items to put in.
And that is it. That is the last drawer liner for today. That is the 10th one we've done. So we've done one massive drawer, this one here, with the big old 1/2-inch impact drivers, these beasties, plus a load of other stuff. We've got one other mammoth drawer like that to do, which is all the sockets and spanners, but that'll be for tomorrow. We've done 10 liners today, and we've done some of the hardest liners and all of the layouts. So that's pretty good coverage. Layouts do take a lot of time, and this whole place has been like a beehive. There's been so much going on, taking cars apart, getting ready for the start of the season, so there's a lot to do, and there's a lot left for me to do. Thank goodness Dave and Connor stepped up and did a few liners too, because that's pushed us along. But tomorrow I've got 1 or 2 more layouts to do, and then the rest of it will be battering out duplicates and multiples of these liners. So that's a wrap for day 1. Let's get to the hotel. So, time for a quick prize draw, and this week we're looking for 5 winners for this huge swag pile from the Bolton Tool Fair. Now, this is the biggest swag giveaway we've done as of yet. We've got a whole heap of stuff, from a Milwaukee work t-shirt, we've got a Hultafors woolly hat, Bosch cap, we've got loads of other little bits and bobs, Hultafors automatic pencil, we've got the endeveaour bottle opener, the Stanley football. This was one of the best ones, a full Artline marker kit. This was from Chris, the king of markers. It's a marker to write on everything. A full kit, that was 20 quid at the show. He gave us 5 for this prize pool. And then a big thing of big wipes too, which if you haven't seen, get off. Expanding foam, gloss paint. We've just been to a show where I actually put all that stuff on my own hands, let it dry a bit, and I put it on a different order as well. And it's still got it all off. So, fantastic stuff, those big wipes. And that is part of this huge haul. And I've not even mentioned it all. There's loads of other bits and bobs. So we've got 2,256 entries to this. And if you didn't know already, we've got loads of giveaways active on the channel already. You can go back through, watch some of our other videos, see the giveaways that are still active. And all you've got to do is subscribe to the channel and then comment, join the conversation about tools. So on this video, we had 2,256 people talking tools down in the comments below the video. And all we're going to do is pick 5 winners. So let's go for the first one. First winner is Tullyfunt, and he says, really big Hultafors user, so those tools are my go-to, but I'm def gonna have to get that drill bit set. So tired of changing drills. When on a job, not having to change drills will save you hours a week. Mo money. I would really like to say thank you for all your tips and tool infos. Well, you're welcome. And that drill bit set was pretty banging. So that was this guy doing demos, drilling into brake discs, and then a ceramic tile, then a brick, then wood. And I couldn't really believe it. £40 for a drill bit set with a lifetime warranty. I gave them a go, and they did drill all of the things he drilled. I've been using them a bit more, and they do blunt over time. So I do think when they say lifetime warranty, expect to claim on them. They're not actually gonna last you a lifetime if you use them every day. It's like any drill bit, the more you use it, it does get knackered. I'm yet to cash in the lifetime warranty, but I might take them with me to the next show and see if they honor it and give me another set. But congratulations, Tullyfunt, you're the first winner. Let's go for another one. So next up, we've got Dino Tuber, and he says, you found some interesting tools at the tool fair, but the Cobalt drill will save time when you need to drill different materials at once. It does indeed. Another commenter on the Cobalt drill set. Happy days. So you've won a set. Let's have another one. Number 3, we've got user my5QR something something. Hi, I love your shows, and this last one would be a must for me. I can't stand sticky hands and spend most of the day cleaning. The big wipes would be great. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Phil. XL t-shirt. That's handy, because we've got XL t-shirts and large t-shirts. So Phil, we've got an XL t-shirt coming your way, along with all the other stuff, including the big wipes. So, happy days. Right, so let's go for number 4. So we've got Aria Mueller, and he says, big wipes look like something I would defo use, always working with glues and epoxy. Supposed to use gloves, but anyone who works with the small items will tell you, you need to feel contact with the items. enjoyed your show, must try to get a trade show this year. Yeah, trade shows and tool fairs are becoming one of my favourite things. We've just been to one and it's coming soon. Make sure you're subscribed, you're not going to want to miss it. But every show seems to offer something different and never fail to find innovative, cool tools, or sometimes not tools, but tradesmen's products, things that make life easier. So the big wipes are a great example. If you've not got a sink available and you can't wash your hands with like soap, those things will get anything off. So yeah, congratulations, Ari Mueller, you're the 4th winner. Let's go for the 5th and final one. And we've got Xbox Time Devil. He says, great video, loved watching this kind of content. How do I find these events? So basically, I just kind of Google them, look them up. Tool Fair has got 6 shows across the UK, but it's free to attend. You just turn up, go and have a look round. You're very welcome to go to these shows. And yeah, just do a bit of Googling. Have a look. Maybe if you're in London or Manchester or further up north, there might be a show near you. You've just got to search for it. And they have shows all around the world. So whatever country you're in, get on Google, search one up, and then let me know, because I might see you there. So, congratulations, Xbox Time Devil. You are the 5th winner. We'll contact all the winners, get your size for the t-shirt, and we'll send all of this your way. So don't matter where you are in the world as well, you can go back and watch our other videos, drop a comment, and you'll be entered in any giveaways. So congratulations, everyone. And let's get back to day 2 at Exceler8. So we're back here for day 2, and we're probably going to be starting on the most difficult draw, which is all the spanners and sockets. I've got loads of separate little segments that have to be in order. They have to be grouped. You've got to split up the 1/4 inch and the 3/8 stuff and make sure it's easy to tell where stuff is. So there's a few more elements to take into account here. Top tip though, use some masking tape to help with your layouts, especially with things like this where you've got, I need all of those in a row, I need all of those in line. Then we've got all the metrics here. I want to keep all them in line, and then we'll have sockets that I need to keep in line. And it's such a big liner. If I can put a tape line down that's nice and square, I can then work to that. So I'm going to be doing all the metric spanners, and they'll all be nice and evenly spaced. Once I know where I'm up to with those, I can then continue with the layout. This is everything that's going in that liner, so I'm pretty confident it's all going to fit, and I've got a starting point. So back to cutting. There we go, that is the first liner and the most complicated liner of the day, all boxed off. So we've got all the metric spanners in a row down here with a finger pull. Basically put them in size order, including the ratchets. That's the one great thing about shadow foam really, you can tailor a layout for exactly how you want it to be and what works for you. So obviously if you buy a spanner set that comes in foam, they're going to have all that same brand in order, and then you might have multiple sets. And also this is a great little touch, which is the most common socket that always goes missing. The 10mm. Well, Exceler8 thought of that, or rather Dave did, and he's got extra 10mm. They'll probably still go missing. The elusive 10mm socket always escaped. So we'll chuck this in the drawer, and then we've got one big complicated liner left, and that is all of the Milwaukee M12 stuff, a bit of Milwaukee M18 in there. So let's get back to it. That's the Milwaukee one done. On to this, which is a different type of challenge now. Quite clever what Exceler8 have already done with this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers. 3 of them have had the bottoms cut out, and then they've been pop riveted together with a little bit of sheet of alley on the side. So it's turned what is 4 drawers into one incredibly deep drawer. And the reason why is they need to put in these hub stands, which are probably the most complicated shape to cut in foam that I've had to tackle, because you can see it's got like these wheels that protrude out the base. Right now they have them resting on like foam panel, that's how they're stored on shelves, but we need to somehow put that in a foam insert, and not just one, but 4. So let's get this on a blank insert and work out how we're going to do it. Right, so as you can see, that is probably the most complicated shape we've ever cut. Forget a plastering mixer, that is a beast. So essentially you'll see this thing slots down in through 3 pieces of foam, and then it sits on a 30mm base layer. That's how one of them goes in. All I've got to do now is do an inverted T here, 2 other T's here, and then all 4 will fit in one foam liner, and then I'll glue it all together. So back to cutting. Right, that's the last one in. Took a bit of jiggery pokery and a bit of adjustment just to get them fully kind of fitted in there and all stood squarely, but all sorted. That's probably the most complicated one I've had to do. Let's get it in the drawer. Right, so that was the last bit of foam to cut. Now that's all done, we can look at sorting out the battery storage for all that Milwaukee draw we did earlier. So let's have a look. Right, so this cupboard here is a charging station for all the Milwaukee batteries, M18 and M12. Now everything doesn't have to be in shadow foam, and batteries are a great example of that because you can get stealth mounts. Now stealth mounts, they're a British made company. I met Mark, the owner, at the Europe tool show that we went to, the biggest European tool show, which was mental. Anyway, I chatted to Mark there, and stealth mounts have battery mounts for every single, you name a power tool brand, and they'll have a mount for the batteries. And the batteries just clip into place, and they've got mounts for the M12 batteries and the M18 batteries. Now I messaged Mark yesterday and told him we're doing a battery charging station in this build, and here we go. He sent everything that we needed. Next day delivery, pre-10. Big thanks to Mark. This is a great little addition to the build. It'll make it a lot easier for the guys using this setup because these batteries clip into place. When they're driving along, they won't bounce out, which is really important, but also they're right next to the chargers, which can now be wired in, and we'll be setting this exact same system up in all 4 roll cabs. He's also sent a couple of these battery boards, so when the guys have got a couple of batteries they need on a job, they can clip the batteries in and take 3 at once. So this is a handy little thing we can add to the setup, but I think Dave's gonna have to do that because I've got a lot of foam to cut. So let's get back to it. And there we go. Got to put a Zoll stock in there. So that's a wrap for 2 days of foam cutting. 20 liners is pretty good going, and we've got some really complicated layouts done in that time, so I'm really happy with that. Bit mad to be in amongst a racing workshop, seeing all the cars being split down, and it was pretty cool. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments because we could go and check out some other workshops, maybe help some other workshops get their tools organised. Thanks to Exceler8 for having us, and Stealth Mounts too. Mark sent out all those mounts very last minute for a bit of a change of plan with the charging setup, so thanks to those guys. Everything I've used in this video, the Stealth Mounts, the shadow foam cutting equipment, the foam itself, all the links for that are down in the description, so check that out. And that's a wrap. See you in the next one.